Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everyone for part 2 of our Easter show. Now Napoleon insisted, didn't you Nip, that this time it was me to wear the ears. He had to go last time, so it was my turn this time. Let's see how long it lasts. Alright, so last Easter lesson we had a go at decorating egg shapes in a whole lot of different ways using things that we already have at home. Things like foil, magazine, and just colouring in. And I have received some amazing emails with your work. Thank you to Mia, Kate and Eloise from Tasmania. I got their email this morning with photos of them and their fabulous eggs, Easter eggs. Loved it. So thank you all the way from Tassie. We're loving getting messages from all over, aren't we, Nip? Oh yeah, he's loving it. Loving it. So today we are going to use real eggs. Now this is the one that I did earlier on. I used a normal egg and I'm going to show you how to put holes in and gently blow out the middle, and we'll wash it out so this egg lasts forever. Now this is something that we used to do when we were kids. I was talking to my sisters about it last night on Messenger, and they can remember it too, and my mum. So I'm going to show you how to do it that way. I've got an egg to show you. I also boiled an egg and put food colouring in it. I shouldn't have rubbed it. See that side there? I rubbed it before it dried, but that was an idea. So I've just put my boiled egg in with some red dye. So I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes with it's just red food colouring. I did have to put a fair bit in, so I don't think it's going to go really bright red, but it'll give it a nice pink tinge. Oh, Mrs. M's homemade hot cross buns. Made those early this morning too. So 10 minutes. I'm going to put my timer on. So if you have smaller children and this is a bit delicate and you're worried that they will crack that, let's just have a go with the boiled egg. My sister in Germany did coloured boiled eggs. And bless Tuli, I think she ate 3. Came back and they were gone. So Tuli likes a boiled egg. So I'm going to have a go at drawing on the coloured one. Oh, Nip loves an egg, don't you? Oh, we sometimes have egg in the morning. Oh yeah, that smells good. All right, so let's first of all, this is Chloe's little egg cup that she lent me. All right, now this can get a little bit messy. I about 12 years ago did this with a grade 6 class. Probably not the best thing to do. You can imagine grade 6 boys carrying on about what we're about to do. So didn't really do it again at school. So fun to do at home though. Now I find that safety pins are the best because they're nice and strong. You might want to get your parents to do this part for you. One, because it's a little bit tricky and you don't want to hurt yourself. Up to you how old you are. So I always start by just gently, just going back and forward, giving it a little wiggle because we really don't want to break the egg. There we go. So I'm in, and then you just gently break a little bit off. Nice close-ups today. Thanks, Chloe. Ruby's still asleep, so I've got another lovely assistant helping today. All right, so you want the hole to be big enough to push the air and the yolk through. Oh, you love it, don't you, Nip? His nose is going crazy. So big enough for the air and the yolk to go through, but not too big because it makes it weaker around the edge. So now we need one down the other end. Oh dear, I thought this was strong. That's why you give it a little wiggle first. You've got to start the indentation. Come on. Ah, we're in. Then you just angle it on the side. I shouldn't have put my lipstick on today. It's going to be all over the egg, Nip. Miss Em always has her red lipstick on. I had a grade 1 boy make me stop the class and go and put red lipstick on because it wasn't like me to not have it on. All right, let's dab. Didn't look like me. All right, so now a bowl underneath. Oh, I'm going to clear all that out because this can be my omelette tomorrow. You ready? How about that, Nip? Oh, look, there's my red kiss mark. We did it. So, and now that's empty. I'm going to stop and take you to my bathroom and show you how to wash it out. All right, so we have our empty egg with my nice little kiss mark on it. You need to hold one finger over one hole. Just put it up against there until you get some water inside. Sometimes it takes a little while, a bit more pressure. All right, let's see if there's some in there. No, not enough. Might have to try the other end, the other hole. But sometimes there's a little bit of skin, see that goes over it? Yeah, let's try this end. You need to fill it up a couple of times because otherwise it stinks after a while. Ah, there we go. Some water in. Again, you're ready for the fun noise. You can just focus down there, Gloria. Blow the water out. I do that a couple of times just to make sure there's no yucky egg on the inside. I've had these that we did as kids that lasted, oh, well, as long as you're gentle with them, they last forever. A little shake. Come on, in you go, water. All right, there's some. Give it a shake around. All the yucky stuff out. Give it a dry, and let's go back. Okay, back after washing it. Thanks for being patient and waiting for us, Nick. All right, so the only thing is I sometimes leave my egg a little while after I've washed it just to dry out a little bit. Otherwise, the water will come out on your design, especially if you're using texture and the water comes out. It'll smudge your texture. I'm just going to go for it today to show you. All right, now I've got a lot of pencils. These are my nice Derwents, but you know what? I'm not overexcited by those. If you love your art and for your birthday, if you ever want some beautiful pencils, these are my favorite. They're really, really intense in color and a little bit creamy to work with. So that's my favorite. When you're designing an egg, I would, if I was you, first draw out a little sketch, maybe a few ideas before you start on there. Because as I say to the kids at school, when things like this, once you start, it's hard to get it off. So that's when, if something goes on there that you're not quite happy with, you just have to change it and adapt. Adapt as you go. All right. Now, what I've noticed also lately, when we were kids, there was a lot more light coloured eggs. This is the lightest one I could find. So, now, you have to be really gentle. They're stronger than you think, but up around here, they're a bit more fragile. So, what I usually do is I just start in the middle and work out, go outwards with the pattern. You could draw an actual picture. You could draw a bunny on here. You could draw a little chicken, or just flowers or dots or squares, whatever you like. But I still think it's a good idea to do a little plan before you start. Now, I'd like to say a happy birthday to my auntie, Anne-Marie. It's her birthday today. I think her and her family having a lovely day together, and then her and her daughter Lizzie are going to have a go at doing an egg, because our family, our extended family, having an egg colouring competition. So we're going to watch this today. So happy birthday. All right, around we go. So really just take your time. This isn't a rush thing. With pencils, the slower you go, and just go over and over to try and get as much colour on there as you can. Again, you might draw a picture, or I love just patterns. I did the other egg this morning, and I found it so relaxing. I had my headphones in, having my morning coffee with my bestie Heidi, chatting away and just drawing on my egg. Doesn't get much better than that. It's a good thing, you know, at the moment you can just do art anytime. I was just gonna go, can't really see the yellow much. It's all right. Had a light green, had another green, bit of a dark green. We usually have a huge big Easter egg hunt, don't we, Nip? Had to be cancelled this year, but that's okay. We usually have a sock hunt too in our house. Because I've got older kids and we don't really need a huge amount of chocolate, in the end we decided I did a sock hunt. So I'd hide socks all over the house, really nice socks, pattern socks that I bought and hid all over the house, and my husband and my kids had to go and find them, and the person who found the most socks got to choose which ones they kept. So they'd get socks instead, but oh my Lord, it got competitive. There were cushions going everywhere, and I actually am pretty good at hiding things. So some years they can be looking for an hour or more. Keeps them busy. Does mess up my house though. There goes that blue. Might try another one. Nip, can you get that for me? That's what assistants are meant to do, not just sleep on the job. Anyway, you could just keep going and going. You might keep just going, or what I would do is I would start. Again, I don't like if all yours end up looking like mine. I rather if you come up with some good ideas of your own. It's much more exciting. I don't like seeing different versions of mine. That's boring. I like it when people, like the last few days, have been sending amazing emails of patterned eggs. They're all very different. Now my nephew, Jack, in South Australia is working on his finger knitting, determined to beat Ruby, I think, which a few people, Ailish is the same, a few people are trying to beat Ruby. And as I said to his mum on the phone last night, Ruby has finger knitted her finger knitting, so it's not that long anymore. It's ended up that it's shorter but thicker. And that was fun too. Rubes does it just in bed while she's on a Zoom or a FaceTime with her friends. She does it most of the day. She finds it really relaxing. All right, I would just keep going till it hit the other one. I might do one more. And you can go over and over your colours. You can try textures. It's a bit of an experiment. Try textures. I might try textures on my pink one. I haven't done them for so long. I had a look online, and you can even look online about dyeing eggs too. Some people put tape on them and put them in the dye, and then they take them out and the dye isn't where the tape was and things like that. I'm more into, I love drawing on them. But again, you might dye it like I did and then give it a go drawing on it too. All right, I'm not going to do any more. I can finish mine later. But I'd probably cover that all in spots. Let's see what happens when we draw on the pink one. You probably have to, I don't know, if you have to use lighter colours. Could leave, I see a little pink gap in there. Doesn't stand out as much again. The number one rule for this one is just have fun. You go over it. I wonder what the yellow will look like on this. Doesn't stand out very much, but that's okay. It's all about experimenting, isn't it? No. I want this one much darker. And then that might make that his top and make him a little bunny. Should have done him the other way around. Oh, I should think of these things as I go along, but it's probably a good idea to do a little plan before you start. What can you hear, Nip? The protector of the neighbourhood. Some little ears. It'd be good if I had a white pencil. I wonder if I've got a white pencil in my big box. Have a look. I have a light coloured pencil. You'd think out of all these pencils, Nip, Let's lie too. Yeah, there we go. The pencil's quite subtle. You could turn it around and do a little tail on there. I wonder what, just bear with me, what texture would look like. This is my patchy back because I rubbed it when it was wet. Oh, texture looks great actually. So you might, if you've got textures or Sharpies, you might end up doing textures on it. Now, did anyone notice how Ruby misspelt Easter on the on the show yesterday? She did change it, but didn't change everywhere. All right, so just a few suggestions. So these are the ones that you blow out so they can keep forever, and this is just, I boiled it. And so that one will only last 3 or 4 days, but it'll last through Easter. This is the hollowed out egg that I did, so you can see the hole in both ends that you blow the yolk out of. And I did a similar pattern at each end and just made in the middle, just with pencil. You're right, and if those ears get a bit itchy, you're going to sit up and we'll say goodbye and happy Easter, everyone. Hey? We hope that everyone has a fun and safe Easter and a lot of fun with their families. Bye-bye. Happy Easter.